I don't need this. I don't need this pregnancy book because my kids are now 4 and 5. Hey everyone, great to have you here. I want to give you the top 5 clutter spots that you should focus on if you're going to go and start doing some decluttering in your house. We're going to do these really quick so that you can just jump right in, and I want to manage your expectations. I want it so that you can understand that this should not take you all day. We're just going to do one of these areas per week. You can do more if you want, but I wouldn't recommend. You don't want to get overly overwhelmed. And every time I walk into a person's house, that's all I hear. I'm so overwhelmed. How many of you are overwhelmed with your clutter? And in the comments, let me know what areas of your home are stressing you out and making you feel absolutely overwhelmed. Top 5 that I see. I would start with your entrance point drop zone. It's when you come in the house, you drop your bag, you drop your papers, you drop the mail, maybe your backpack, maybe your shoes. It's usually through the garage, if you're coming in through the garage, or it is front door. And so what I want to suggest is come up with a place to land things. You can do plastic if you want, but there's fabric cubes. Easy, very, very simple. You can all of a sudden have 6. Anyway, those are super affordable, very, very helpful. You can have all of your purses. You can have places for everything. So that's an easy remedy that I would absolutely recommend. And if you don't want to go that big, then see if there is a drawer or a closet that's close by that you might be able to create some space for your items that you drop. So you're going to create a little bit of organization inside one of those, hopefully, areas that we have at our disposal. And if you don't, really invest in this little cube. I'll put a link in the description notes. That's the first one, because that one's going to make the biggest difference. Because when you walk into your house, what do you want to feel? You don't want to feel stressed out. You don't want to be inundated with everything. And you certainly don't want to have to just deal with no place to put anything. So it either lands on the kitchen counter or it lands at the door, and you're just dealing with clutter that you don't have to on a daily basis. So I definitely would suggest that. Let's see, the next one, the junk drawer. That's a great one to jump into. That one gets messiest probably the fastest in the house because you don't know where it goes. You throw it in there. And I've seen up to 3 junk drawers in a kitchen. I do not recommend that because all that junk drawer stuff is really just delayed decisions. You don't know where it goes. It's a sort of a miscellaneous situation, or it's a quick someone's coming over, jump it in. So what I want to say is try to get yourself to 1 junk drawer. And the best way to have a junk drawer is with some structure. You want to put in those little plastic cubes or small little things that are going to create structure inside of that drawer. I'll link below. This is a really great one to sort of just maintain on a monthly, so it doesn't get so out of control. And it's a really wonderful one when you actually reach in for what you need and you go, oh, it's right there. Great. It's awesome. That's a really good feeling. And I want to speak to this. I want to speak to some of the feeling that you're going to have. When you spend some time organizing things, you're going to feel better in your body. You're going to feel better in your brain. It's going to allow you to relax a little bit. So if you're stressed out and everything else is sort of off the hook, come over to your junk drawer that is now organized and just sort of take it in. It's like a little drug. It's like a little cocktail of organization. Highly recommend. Okay, next one, pantry. This one's a good one to jump into because there's not a lot of memorabilia. People get really held up on memorabilia. Clothing can become memorabilia, photos, memories, little tchotchkes. So the kitchen is sometimes one of the easiest, I feel, rooms to organize. It's not always the case. People can have attachments all across the board on every topic and subject and item. But food, sometimes not so much. It's an easier one to purge. So it might be great if you have a pantry that doesn't have too much organization and you come home and you just throw, oh, there's an empty spot on the shelf. I'm just going to throw stuff there. That doesn't serve you in the end at all. because when you go into your pantry, there is no organization. You don't know what you have. You end up buying more, and then you're spending so much time searching for it. It's worth your time to pull it out, see what you actually use, check the expiration dates. I go a little over, but it's all personal preference. But there are some people who absolutely, it's out the second it's past the expiration date, but you get to make that choice for yourself. But most importantly, I want you to take all the things, and don't take your whole pantry apart, ideally. If you can, depending on how much time you have, I want you to go through and pull out things that you know you don't use. That's the first place to do it. Like, decrease the inventory where you can, if you can. And that way, what's left on the shelves is now going to be something that you spend some time organizing into some categories. Soups, canned goods, condiments, that sort of thing. You sort of want to get some categories going and label the shelves so that your whole family knows where things go. If someone else is putting the groceries away, they can use these labels to help them put it in the right place. That way you always know how much you have, and you're not hunting for things throughout the entire pantry. I just did a pantry, and it was a big pantry. I will admit it was a big pantry, but it took 8 hours, and there was a lot of different categories inside of the pantry itself. It wasn't just food. There was tools, there were light bulbs, there were many things that were not food related. And I would not recommend that, to be honest. I really want to support you in having just food in the pantry so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and it's not cramped, and you have space to see what you have. So pantry is going to make a world of difference in your body. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be happier to cook. I can guarantee that. Because you're going to know where everything is. It's going to be a lot faster and a lot less frustrating. Hey, we are going to cut this in half because I got yammering and it went on too long. So we're going to cut this into 2 parts. So thanks for watching part 1. Slide on over to part 2. You can just click here and you'll be here or here. I'm not sure. But anyway, hope you enjoy it and get a lot of stuff done. Please let me know in the comments what you're thinking and how it's landing. Are you feeling energized? Are you feeling motivated? If not, let me know why, because I'd love to help.